try turning the microphone on, shall I?
Yo, 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 is anybody there?
Hello. Yeah, we've got
Hello.
13 people watching already. Good evening. Welcome to Sunday Sundowners with Carl and Jenny.
Can anybody hear us? Can everybody hear us?
So we've got Martin. Good evening. Good evening to you,
Martin.
Martin.
Yep.
Anton Sidder here already. Good to see you here, guys. Echo.
King of Chuck, yo, yo, yo.
We might have a little bit of an echo because...
Hang on, turn it down a bit.
Let me try that. Is that any better, Martin? King of Chuck, hi, King of Chuck. I'm getting not a very brilliant live stream health report here at the moment. We're in yellow, which is normally on green. So just have to bear with us.
Yeah, Declan, can you hear us all right?
Hi,
You've turned
Declan.
it right down, haven't you?
No, I've turned our volume down so it doesn't echo.
No. Here you fine here, Steve.
Steve's vids. Happy Sunday,
Yes,
Jenny and Carl. Here you find here in Greece. Good. Still got an echo at your end, Martin. I don't know what's causing that because we've not got any sound here now. So, I don't know.
It's your end.
Your end. Michael G, good afternoon. Hi, Michael. Sean Dowd. Hi, Sean. Simon Pownall.
Oh,
it's nice how we get all... We even say the same thing. How we getting to recognise all these names now.
Yeah, real good to have you with us and on time, everybody. Well done. And it's a bank holiday here in England, which means we have Mondays off as well. August bank holiday.
Anne's here in Denmark. Oh, Martin, it's working fine, and it's working fine for good for Declan as well. First time here, I've seen you guys in Grandpa's live feed chat. Well, King of Chuck, I know I've spoke to you before on... It's all right, we've just got one of these automated air fresheners what's just firing out something over there. We thought somebody walking in. Yeah, I think we have spoke because I can't remember what I called you, King of something the other night. Anyway, so yeah, it's nice to see you, King of Chuck. Hope you stay with us and enjoy it as much.
What does Chuck mean? I only know it as a name, Chuck Berry.
And we've also got Captain SV Catfish, another newbie. Ahoy there, me hearties. Good to see you here from Grandpa.
Yeah, good to
I'm
have
sure
you
Grandpa
with us.
will be over shortly, although it's early. It's early morning in Alaska. It's 9 a.m. I think, so he might still be in bed.
He'll be in bed.
If he's not being eaten by a bear. So,
hey! That's my favourite.
Oh, Steve's vids, and his name's not Steve. And
No.
we've wrote it down. No. Just remind us what your name is, Steve's vids.
Can't remember.
It's on the other screen. 9mm James is here. Hi, James.
Clocked you already, James.
I'm outside, so I
see
don't
you
have any
again,
windows to
matey.
open. So, how's everybody this bank holiday weekend? We've been busy. Yesterday, our son got the keys for his new house. So we was non-stop from just after 8 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yeah. Went and fetched the truck, didn't we?
The truck to do that.
Oh, we had a palaver though, trying to get the keys.
Oh yeah, at the estate
We don't like
agents.
this. We don't like talking bad about any estate agents or anybody at all, really. But
They were crap.
They were rubbish.
Not the ones we're selling the house with.
This is who my son's letting from, agents. The boss was great, was in there and helped us out and sorted everything out, thank goodness. But if he wasn't there, we wouldn't have got the keys. Brad, our son, would have had a day off work unnecessarily, lost out on money. We would have had the van to move unnecessarily. But anyway, all things came together all right, and we started to move about 11 o'clock, didn't we?
Robert S. is Steve's real name.
Steve,
So why are we called Steve's vids, Robert? Is it Robert Stevenson or something like that? I can't.
Or Steve does videos.
No, he's one of our Patreons.
Yeah, but why Steve's vids? Or his surname's
I don't know.
Vidus.
Yes, King of Chuck, it is a holiday weekend here. Bank holiday tomorrow. So we've just been down onto the strip, as they call it down here, and we've had a few. We've had a couple of sundowners this afternoon. There was they call it the Grouse Fest, which is a pub what has all live bands on, but it's not really our scene, although we like the live music thing. So we went into the posh pub across the road, which is an Italian bar.
We went into a really nice wine bar.
So we were sat up on the balcony over watching everything what was happening, and it was really nice.
So we could hear the music, but we really couldn't see all the scroats, as we call them.
So, yeah. colloquial term.
That's an English term for not very nice people.
Hi, Gav, Hannah, Captain Kyle. Liam's gone fishing. Nice to see you here, guys.
Liam's gone fishing?
Yeah, it's nice weather for fishing.
It's been a beautiful day.
It should just be biting nice tonight. So, what's happening? Have you found a camp yet? No, we haven't, Simon.
We've not really had a chance to look this week, have we?
We've been busy sorting his son's house move out and things like that, so we've put it on hold for 2 or 3 weeks, probably.
You're connected with all these email sites, though, aren't you?
Yeah, Simon actually sent us a link to one what was up for sale, but thanks for that, Simon. But it was a little bit too much money to what we wanted to spend. Because we only wanted it to get down to Greasing, and then to drive back, and then for somewhere to stay when we're back in the UK, it's not going to get a lot of use, and it's going to be sat in my cousin's. He's got a scaffolding company, and he's got a big, massive warehouse where we can keep it in there. So it's probably going to be sat in there for, I don't know, maybe 45 weeks out of the year. So we don't want to put loads of money into it and get an all singing, all dancing motorhome. We just want something what's going to be reliable enough to get us down there, back again, and somewhere where we can get us head down when we pop over to see friends and family. So,
well, that's quite a long way there and back. How many miles?
We're only driving to Italy, and then we're getting a ferry the rest of the way.
Yeah, but it's still a long way. So we've got to have one that'll, like you say, get us there.
It's got to be reliable. So the other thing we're looking at, Simon, is maybe getting a long wheelbase van, high rooftop, and doing it ourselves. And
converting it. Getting to IKEA, having a look what they can do with the units and stuff like that, and having it like a fitted kitchen. Kitchen thing inside. Yeah, so
moving on from that, King of Chuck saying, sounds like a lovely evening. It is, and tonight it's beautiful weather, and when we're finished on this live broadcast, then we're going round to the son's house. His new house, where we're going to have a barbecue.
Yep, and Carl will probably be...
end up cooking.
The cook.
I love cooking barbecues.
I bought the food. I cut the grass there yesterday and did the trimming. You did the washer and everything
plumbed in the washer, put the beds in, everything.
We did everything. So it looks nice.
So
we shall be there later.
So yeah, Gavin, SB Compromise. They say that one of the most stressful times of your life is moving house. We're doing 2 houses together, so...
Gav, well, Hannah, do you know what it's like when you're stressed up? We were to and fro-ing with these letting people for Brad's house. The lady that was sorting it out was useless, basically, and asked me to chase up the old landlord for a recommendation and stuff, which I thought wasn't on. That's their job. We've only paid them £270, part of the letting fee, for them to do that, but no, she wanted me to do it. Anyway, long story, it came to Thursday, wasn't it? We were on the alcohol for 12:30. We had to have a drink each because we were just that so stressed up.
Pulling our
hair out with it. We'd got our house for sale.
Telling us we got to chase up the credit reference checks, what they do for new occupants.
Can you chase your landlord up and get him to ring Expedia or whatever the name is? Experian.
But anyway.
So yeah, it was rather stressful this week.
It all turned out good. So
before we were thinking, wonder what's happened this week, haven't we? But really, we've had quite a lot again.
Yeah, we always have a lot.
I've sorted out more clothes. I've been in the loft, or attic, as whatever you want to call it. I've got all my winter clothes out, and I've sorted them out, put them into different bags, one for my daughter, then given the rest my lovely fur coat that I was in Southampton in.
Yeah, so which was on video number 1.
My next fur coat, that was on. Yeah,
but
that fur coat.
In Crete it's full of fur coat shops.
Yeah, but they're real fur coat.
Yeah, we've not got real fur. We don't want real fur.
We don't want real fur. That's what's quite surprising in Crete. Yeah, real fur coat shops, real fur.
So,
kind of.
Hi, CT. Nice to have you back with us. Hi, Grandpa. Wonder how long you'd be. Have you just got up?
Hi, Carl.
We've just been talking. We didn't know whether you'd been attacked by a bear. Hope everything's going with you. Have we got any update on the sale? Have we? Has she come through with the money? It'd be interesting to see, but you might want to save that until your show later tonight.
Yeah.
In fact, save it for tonight, and then people can tune in and get it hot off the press.
Yeah. Hi, John from New Mexico. That's NM, isn't it?
NM. Yeah. New Mexico.
But it's warm in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Where was that hurricane? Have we got anybody? There was that big hurricane. Where was that? in America that I saw on YouTube?
Windy
City. Windy City is mighty
Chicago,
pretty. Chicago area, wasn't it?
No, it's not there.
No?
It's further south.
Okay.
So...
yeah, so that was bad.
Don't know where... Just somebody remind us where they're having it really bad in the States. It's just slipped my mind
and
for a second.
And raining and everything now, isn't there? But
Texas,
all right.
Texas,
thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Declan, Michael.
Yeah. You see, we're lucky in England. We don't get anything like that, other than a lot of rain.
Gavin, we imagine you two sat on deck chairs having clearing the house. Well, to be honest, we sat at the dining table and our son wanted this before we've even moved. And I said, no, there's certain things what we are keeping here until we actually move out.
We've got the mortgage assessor coming on Tuesday.
So we don't want it to look like
Sunday,
a shell.
2 days. I'm quite happy at letting everything go out, as you know. I like that, but Carl says, no, we've got to keep that here. We can't let our son have the patio table and chairs yet because the mortgage man will look at them.
No, we're using them. So we can't empty the house totally because we're still living in it. So once we're in a position... I've done a lot this
week, but you've not done anything, have you? As in clearing away, you've still got that to do.
I've cleared a few folders off my computer.
Have you cleared any earrings out?
Talking of folders, talking of computers, I don't know if you guys have seen my Facebook or Twitter or my Patreon page or whatever this week, but we had a little problem in that...
It was wheat on top.
When I'm just sat relaxing and doing all my social media stuff, I sit on the couch, the settee, whatever you want to call it, and I put the laptop at the side of me. And I was doing it the other night, and I was actually watching a YouTube channel, and I can't remember which one it was. It weren't very interesting, and I started to nod off, and the next minute, head went down, bang.
I've told him several times.
I opened my eyes, and the MacBook Pro is on the floor, and I've smashed all the LCD screen to it. So,
I'm smiling because I'm glad I wasn't here, because he would have blamed it on me, said it's something that I would have said to you.
I've had two quotes. I
wouldn't have moved it if you didn't have said that.
Hi Keith, I've had 2 quotes and it's going to be £400 to repair it. So I've given the okay for the Mac Techie guy to get the parts ordered for it. Been in touch with a company.
How much are they new?
They're £2,500 for a new Mac for this one we've got. Had a look at the policy for insurance on the house insurance. They will only cover any single item up to £500, and they want £250 excess anyway. So not really worth bothering about. Hannah is laughing at your banter. Brilliant. We don't try actually. It's a bit natural.
Just comes kind of
how we are. Mowgli's here. Nice seeing both of you again. Dropped in, middle of conversation again. We'll try to pick up the story. You've not missed a great deal other than I've broke my computer.
Now you should slap your hand because it's 6 o'clock on the dot, and if I've got to be here, I don't know why you are.
She's normally late, so Keith's late as well. Not been up long. Had a long night last night. Lots of drinks and watched the fight. So who was you wanting to win on that one then, Keith? I've looked at the results. I didn't stop up to watch it, but
I can't remember which one.
I wasn't surprised. Put them back in a cage and it might be a different result. Well, I'm just... this scrolly thing. I'm working on 2/3 of a screen at the minute, so...
yeah, the laptop that he's working on is the one that he dropped.
I don't think it was during a live feed, Martin. Pretty certain it wasn't, although it might have been, I don't know. That was my channel, not very exciting. I see how you are. No, it wasn't Grandpa.
No, what happens at night, Grandpa, is I've got my settee that way. Carl's got his settee like that way. But he doesn't want to watch what I want to watch. I want to watch X on the Beach.
You like watching TV and I like watching YouTube.
Whatever things, and he watches YouTube. But then he'll start, like you men do, with fingers on cheeks. And then I can tell without his breathing. And then he nods. Did you fool? And then he nods. But I've been telling him loads of times, you're going to drop that, you're going to drop that. Put a cushion on the floor, break the fall, but no. But anyway, so it's his own fault. But one of my mottos is... that's always kept us going through 25, 30 years.
There's plenty more in the shops.
You know when kids get all upset when they've done something wrong or anybody and they go,
like this morning
really
when you
upset.
smashed that thing when you were making a cup of tea.
Yeah, if you drop thing and you spill it and we go, never mind, there's plenty more in the shops and don't worry, nobody's died. Because there are a lot worse things that can happen. You can always buy another, can't you?
Yeah.
So it's no good getting stressed.
What was nice though is
plenty more Macs in the shop.
One of our Patreons, and I'll not shout his name out because he might want to remain anonymous about it.
Yeah,
but very kindly, he has actually got a brand new Mac in a box, what he doesn't use, and he offered us the use of it until ours got sorted. So, brilliant gesture.
So kind.
We really appreciate it. However, the parts should be here for this later this week, and it's only going to. The guy who does all the repairs, the Mac techie, only lives just up the road, so he says it'll only be a couple of hours where we're out without the machine. So,
yeah, but thank you so much.
Thanks for that. Really anyway, kind. I know he's not watching tonight because where is he? Oh no, that was last night. He went for a meal with friends. But anyway, if you are watching, you know who you are. Thanks very much for that.
If we're out on the boat and then we lose a sail or something like that and you want to send a new sail, you can always do that. We might take you up on that one, but but thank you very much. Don't need it.
So just, we've lost a few things here. Welcome to people who've just tuned in. Where are we? Yes, it was I don't think it was Grandpa's.
No, Grandpa says his live stream is... I'm sorry, Grandpa, but I've got one eye open when it's late. One eye open at 12.
But it definitely wasn't yours, Grandpa. Keith, all I can really remember is that they got my $100 books for the cost of the PPB pay-per-view, and I drank way too much and I'm paying for it dearly today. And you didn't get the result you wanted. And his voice is pretty much gone. Well, there you go. That's what you get.
That's it. Yeah, we haven't seen
I heard it was quite expensive. I think it was £19 in the UK if you wanted to subscribe to it, and like $100 in the US.
But we could have watched it if we could have gotten there.
Can we say this?
Yeah, go on.
If you're an Android user...
We found this week by you selling your drone,
old drone, which has now gone to pay for the laptop to be repaired. Somebody's told us about an app what you can download for Androids, which you can watch all the sports channels. You tried it to watch.
I tried to watch
Man U yesterday, and it came up saying that the stream was unavailable. So
might be if there's a lot of people looking at it.
If you Google it, you'll find it straight away. It wasn't me. I would not send a laptop to someone who falls asleep during my live stream. I'm really going to milk this. Yeah. CT, it was Grandpa's if I remember, because you mentioned it during the feed. I think I did it just before that.
Before the feed?
But I could only see half of Grandpa.
Christopher, thought you were on our side.
He is.
He's
having a dig at Grandpa.
No, he's having a dig at you because you did it on Grandpa's feed.
No, Michael, it's not Cody.
Anyway, we can get another. There's plenty more.
But that might work. I don't know about that one. We're actually Apple people, so... Well, we're not actually Apple people. We just like using Apple products. Classic backpedaling. Right, so, while we're on it, the boat show, Southampton Boat Show coming up. There's a few people on here and who follow us on Patreon and Facebook, etc., who are meeting us down at the show. We're going down on the 15th, which is the Friday. We're staying in the Thistle Hotel in Poole, which is right on the quayside. And I know there's already a few people who have booked the hotel for the same weekend. So the plan is now that on the Friday night, we'll meet up in the bar and we're having a fish and chip supper. There's a brilliant fish and chip shop just up the road. You can sit out overlooking the boats and eat your fish and chips.
Though. You can't have mushy peas any further south than... Do they have mushy peas
I don't think they did. They might do.
Mushy peas is a local Midlands... Is it Midlands? Area mushy peas. They have garden peas, don't they? In London and stuff like that.
We're having fish and chips on Friday night with a beer. Saturday...
Just cut me off, Carl. Yeah.
Well, people don't even know what mushy peas are who don't live in England.
But they might look it up.
We've got a meet up on Saturday at the boat show, which we're looking at doing in the main bar area. And then Saturday night, people who are coming back to the hotel or staying in pool area, we've got a restaurant booked. It's a fantastic Italian.
Beautiful Italian. So we've been really lucky to get this, a big table, haven't we? So we've provisionally booked
10.
For 10, but we do need definite numbers. So if you're definitely coming, if you can let us know, and then we've got to let them know, obviously, before we go.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it? We're not going to keep you all night, don't worry. You can disappear whenever you like. But you've not got to be with us all day.
Not going to be with us all day.
You're not letting them be with us all day. 10 minutes at Southampton Boat Show.
No, it's going to be more than that. We'll have a beer.
We'll have a beer. Half an hour at Southampton Boat Show. Have a look round. We'll probably go and see Steve, our salesman.
Our broker.
Clipper Marine broker's probably watching, and we'll grovel a bit to him.
Yeah, he says he's going to buy us a beer when we get there
He said
anyway.
he's going to buy us a beer.
So if anybody wants a Bavaria, interested in Bavaria boats, get down and see Steve Gunn on the Bavaria stand. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to do Saturday night, and then Sunday we'll be having a trip probably down to Wareham to see a place where we used to take the kids when they were little, and then we'll be driving back on Sunday night. So if you come in,
please let us know.
In fact, bear with me 1 second. Where's it gone? Live camera, email. If you are coming to the boat show and you want to meet up with us for definite, can you just drop us a line at that email address? I've got a list of a few people, but they're coming in from all over: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram messages. If we can, everybody can send it to the same. Yeah.
And we would love to meet you. Genuinely would like to meet up and have a drink and a chat.
Now, I know we did mention that we were going to try and get some T-shirts done, and we got a company who gave us a really good price because we were going to stand to the cost of this, and now they've changed the price and they're wanting over nearly £300 for a few T-shirts. So sorry, but we're not earning enough on Patreon yet to be paying that much money for T-shirts, but we'll see if we can arrange another company somewhere along the line and sort that out. So, Carl, you told on the feed it happened during the feed. I don't think I did, Martin. It might have been...
You will have done.
No, I didn't do it on the bloody feed. I did it.
You told on the feed it happened during the feed.
I'm just going to say, I think it might have got misinterpreted on the feed, because I did it about 2 hours before, and I posted it straight away on Patreon when I did it, so, or Facebook or whatever. But yeah, I think it might have been just fresh when it happened, but it didn't actually happen during Grandpa's thing. I've had a dig at the Apple people. Rob Jones. Hi guys, hope you're well. Just tuned in. Hi Rob, hope you're good as well. SV Compromise. Hope you counted us in for Saturday night and restaurant night. I have now, Rob. Gav. So we'll write it down on my little notepad now.
You can look at this later though, can't you?
No, once we're there you can't see this. So Rob, who's coming, Rob? Is it just you and Hannah, or is Kyle coming and Liam as well? Just so I know for seat numbers. Keith, Carl and Jenny, do you follow narrowboat YouTubers? If so, do you follow Channel Life on Nutshell? They are selling their narrowboat and just bought a sailboat. Keith, we love narrowboats. I think we've mentioned this before. And no, I don't follow any on YouTube anymore. I ain't got time because we subscribe to just dozens of other sailing ones.
Our heads are with sailboats at the minute, aren't they? But we do love the narrowboat thing.
And when we're older. One of our plans for later in life is, once we've had enough of the sailing or getting too old for the sailing, to sell the yacht and buy a narrowboat. Right,
Christopher. Grandpa, mushy peas. Mushy peas does look a lot like baby food.
It does, but it tastes bloody lovely.
But if ever you want a tin sending out and you have with fish chips and mushy peas, it's MUSHY. But they're beautiful, really nice. A lot better than garden peas. And when you've never had them, you don't know what you're missing.
You never used to. They're also nice with pies, steak and kidney pie, mushy peas and chips.
And gravy. Somebody said gravy. They don't have gravy. Or whatever, they cover gravy with whatever.
Yeah. So, very great fruit. Very few great foods from England.
Yeah.
Very few.
Very few.
Right.
Chicken korma.
Right, Grandpa, this brings me on to something what I've made a note on here, because I love cooking and I'm not a bad cook and I do most of the cooking in our house. And one of the things I set up on my blog post on our main website, and I never got round to doing it, was cooking with Carlos. Remember Carlos? Moi. And so, one of the questions I was going to ask tonight is, would anybody be interested if we did a cooking section on some of our vlogs, where we will do things for different recipes, but like cooking in a pressure cooker or something like that, which makes it easy for on a boat. If it's something you'd like to see, let us know, and it might be something we can start incorporating. Just little.
Carl will incorporate.
Yeah, you could do your cheese on toast.
I'll show you how to wash up.
So,
strangely saying that, I found this great little flash, a great thing that cleans almost everything. Maybe good on a boat. I will take it with me and do a. When he's doing his cooking video thing, I'll show you that this will clean almost everything with very little effort. I'll show you that. It's something I found.
They are great. We can get them in New York. Hi, Al. Just got home from the balloon festivals. Hope you've had a good time. Mart Gold, good evening. Nice to see you live. Thank you very much. Nice to have you here. Revolting, Simon.
Must you
be? And I've just got your message as well.
mean?
In my honest opinion.
Okay.
And Grandpa's farm goes sailing. I'm not even going to comment on that, Grandpa. And I can just imagine you now laughing to yourself. Look what he's put.
Did you say Carla? Oh.
No, he bloody didn't.
I thought you meant that was why he dropped his computer.
No, on Grandpa's live chat the other night, somebody said there's too many Carls on here, so I says, well, just call me Carlos because everybody else does. And it went from there.
Or Carla.
Yeah, no, let's not go there. CT, poutine with peas and gravy. I'm not sure what poutine is, Chris. Keith, I would be interested in a cooking section on your video because I love to cook as well. Well, that's one. That's a plus. And Toad in the Hole, not great.
Question.
Oh,
brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Michael P. Hi, Michael.
You just became my first Patreon pledge.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, Michael. Very good of you.
Michael, that's lovely. Wow.
Yeah. In fact,
we've done quite well, haven't we?
This month we've had quite a few people join our Patreon, so I know there's a few of you on here who are patrons. So thanks very much for that. We really appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it, and we know we've not got our boat yet, so it will get better.
Fake it till you make it.
Anyway, no, we are looking.
Yeah, thanks for that,
Michael.
Michael.
Start happening
really
soon,
appreciate it.
Quickly.
Grandpa, I am doing a series of, I've got to say this right, hook to fork cooking on the boat. Sounds like a challenge between our two channels. This will be fun. I take it you will be doing fish. That sounds good, and I look forward to seeing that. The only thing is, Grandpa, when you get to the Med next year, there ain't that many fish in there, so you might be buying them in a tin. I love trying different recipes. And
we've got to say that Grandpa's everything's coming okay with Grandpa, isn't it? So people.
Well, he's going to tell everybody tonight.
Well,
unless he's have you seen something?
What you were showing me
tonight?
When I said no, he posted that thing saying everything's good.
Oh yeah, that was one. But he would know later that day whether the money were coming through that day.
Yeah, no, I thought he said everything's okay.
I did ask him earlier. If you remember, if you backtrack about 5 minutes, I said, "Do you want to let us know?" But then I says, "No, wait for it for your show tonight to let everybody know together."
Okay.
So, Sean, Lancashire thing, butter pies, pea pie, black pudding, to name just a couple. Love black pudding.
Pea pie? You've not had pea pie?
I've not had butter pies.
Not had butter
normally
pies.
Melt.
No. Black pudding, yeah, we're all good with. American people don't know about black pudding, do they?
It was black pudding.
Good point, Sean. Black pudding.
Black pudding is dried bull's blood.
It sounds horrendous. It might not just be a bull, it might be a female cow, but it's cow's blood.
Well, you don't get female bulls.
No, but cow blood.
Yeah. It's beast blood mixed with fat.
Sounds
horrible.
And they make it into like a sausage, so they put like a plastic
Over to culinary expert.
They put it in a big pot, they
Nigella.
mix it with whatever else they put it in, and then it goes through like you would make sausages. So it's got like a skin on it, but instead of making sausage shapes...
They do make sausage shapes, but they're about that
Oh
long
yeah,
and that
they're
thick.
really long, but sometimes they're really
That thick.
round. A big black pudding.
Yeah, but so is a sausage. It's only how it cures.
Is it just how it comes round? There you go. Then.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
really
why
tasty.
That's why I do the cooking.
Eggs, tomatoes, bacon, tomatoes, sausage,
Have
black
it on
pudding.
have it on an English
Proper
breakfast.
English breakfast.
Beaut.
So yeah, so you've got to look that up, all you Americans. Bob Yandel, y'all talk funny.
Thanks for that, Bob.
Y'all.
And welcome to the channel. Grandpa, hey, it could be fun.
We do talk funny.
Let's have less of this, Carla, then. We've worn that one out. I'm not going to bite anymore.
I've told you before, he won't
do your cooking videos
drag.
in drag. Yeah, I think that would be really good for building my channel. Don't forget, when we meet in the Med next year, Grandpa, I'm going to have a plank on my board.
Having said that, we said, when we're sorting out the loft, we have got...
Cheers, Sundowners.
We have got a fancy dress where Carl absolutely loved dressing as, what was his name? Pirate?
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, when I was a woman pirate.
I will see if I can find
and
a
I've
picture
said,
now.
What we will have to do when we're on the boat is take them with us and then just ad hoc every now and again, just get dressed and walk round the town in them. I think that'd be quite fun, wouldn't it?
I've told you, I'm going to sail my boat in it.
Or sail your boat in it, or wherever we moored up, we can walk round in it. But
So,
you enjoyed it a bit too much, putting that makeup on and eyeliner.
It took me a long time.
And black nail varnish and things. He
I
did
did
the
look
absolute
good.
works.
I'm just trying to find you a photograph on my phone now of my Jack Sparrow impersonation. When was it?
A long time ago.
Keep talking for a
Your
minute.
barking days. Right, let me have a look. Where did you get to? Marie! Good to have you with you. With us even. Oh no,
poutine is chips, gravy and cheese curds.
Cheese curds?
I think I'll give that a miss.
What's like cheese curds?
Who sat under that tree with spiders?
No, eating a curds and whey.
Yeah.
But what does it taste like?
It's
cheese
like
curds.
Is it when you start to make cheese, but just before it makes cheese?
Before it goes off, it's
curdy. That's
cheese
curds.
Curds and whey.
I can't find this photograph.
There's all these wonderful things you see. We've all got to swap what we eat and try.
I can't find my photograph, but if you go onto my Facebook page, it's on there. I think it's on our Carl and Jenny Facebook page anyway.
Hi Marie, got my shoes to show you.
We'll come on to that. Grandpa is on top form today. As they say, Simon, it's all in the eyes of the beholder, I suppose.
Where's Simon?
Grandpa, I'm sorry, but seeing Carl in drag would not interest me. No, it doesn't interest me either, Keith. So I think the chances of you seeing me in drag is probably the same chances as winning the lottery in the UK, Europe and the US on the same night. Roger Redneck, welcome to the channel, Roger. Cooking would be great. Okay, it's looking like we might be doing some.
Yeah. Sounds like it's good.
Bangers and mash, love that name. Is very similar to German dishes. That's not why, but I love it. Yeah, you can't beat bangers and mash.
Hook to fork sounds good. Looking forward to this, Rob. Yeah,
I would like to see local dishes from where you visit, please. I do all the cooking as well. Mrs. Burns most things.
I've
thrown more pans away when Jen's had a go at it. Whether it's boiling an egg or you've thrown lots of pans away, haven't we?
Yeah.
I paid about £40 for a fantastic, it's like a frying pan, but you don't have to put any oil in it. And you put it on we've got one of these halogen stoves. You put it on the top, and there's a little red coloured disc in the bottom. And then when that changes colour, it's hot enough to cook in.
We didn't have a red disc.
No, because you scoured it out.
No, are you on about?
Yeah, that nice pan.
Yeah, but.
So you don't put any oil in it.
You can scour it, you can put knives on it like that, and it won't damage it.
No, you can't put knives on it.
That was the one my mum bought then. Did I perhaps get them mixed up? That's
probably,
why I damaged
and that's why ours is
one.
knackered now.
Yeah, well, my mum also bought me one where you could...
She bought it me.
I bought it you, where you could do that with a knife on it, you could put scouring pad on it, and you could not break it. So we're still using that one.
Yeah, I know. What about bubble and squeak?
Can break it quite a bit. Then.
Bubble and squeak is just leftovers from... It's an old dish, that, Grandpa. It's like from when people didn't have a lot of spare money and they used to have a dinner on a Sunday night or whenever. So you'd have mashed potatoes, peas and bits and bobs, and bubble and squeak used to be the leftovers from everybody's plate, and then you put it into a frying pan the next morning. So never really bothered me that. It was like having a dish full of dog sick. Sorry if anybody's eating and I'm putting you off your food. But no, we weren't bothered about that. CT, Steve, what happened in Western Canada? They sound... I'm not eating anything cooked in a condom.
I did, James, you know, when I was saying it, you could see in my eyes, couldn't you, that I thought, oh, I shouldn't really be saying this, and I shouldn't be doing these hand movements. But I didn't think there was any of you lot out there who had got dirty minds.
Pig's blood.
But it is like it's in a condom.
I've lost it. Hang on a minute. So what happened? No, right, of course. Okay, cool. Pirate it is. Carl the Pirate Chef. Yeah, that's better. I like that one, Grandpa. Pig's blood. Have you ever wondered how many pigs are on Stornoway? I'm not sure what Stornoway is.
Stornoway.
Yeah, what is it?
It's an island, isn't it?
Scotland. I've no idea. Jem, what did you think of Captain Kyle's X-rated dance to your jingle?
Yeah, I went, ooh, sexy little lad. But then Carl said to me, it's only sexy if you think it's rude and it's a young lad dancing. I said, yeah, but he was really giving it some hip movement, shall we say. So, no, I did like it, actually. My kind of thing.
Yeah, but we'll use the other one. I
thought it was nice. He enjoyed it anyway.
Declan, Cornish pasties. Yeah, they're beaut, like Cornish pasties. Declan, or just pasties would be fine too. They're the same CT. It's just that in the UK, more people call them Cornish pasties because that's really where it... I'll tell you a little story now why they call Cornish pasties. Because they were made in Cornwall. They were. That's true. But there was the Cornish pasties. For anybody who knows, it's a pasty, and then it's got a really thick, folded over crust on the pastry. And the reason it has that, and not a lot of people know this,
it's flat on one side, and then it's like a half a circle.
Sounds like an inch pastry. And the reason
but
do you know why? No.
Why what?
So you're going to learn something. So the reason they made like that is because the pasties was made for the old tin miners. And because the tin miners, when they used to handle the tin in the mines, was toxic and they could get poisoned, and they couldn't, so they didn't take sandwiches or anything down. They had the pasty, the meat and the potatoes and the veg inside the pastry, with the pastry on the outside, and the crust was made, and the whole idea of it was that you could hold the crust and eat the pasty so that your food didn't get contaminated by the tin on the miners' hands, and then they used to throw the crust away.
I was going to say, aren't they eating the crust then?
No, and that's why a traditional Cornish pasty's got the big thick crust.
But we eat
the crust because we've not got tin poisoning. So anyway, that's something you didn't know you were going to learn tonight. Might be a total load of waffle, but Bob could get he likes pasties. Grandpa did a live stream last night late, but it didn't. Oh, I don't know they're talking about it. So I said, oh, let's go down. Just for hobby, pasties are pocket food for miners. Yeah.
Correct.
So $10 grant, 10,000 grand for a 4-star seems like a lot. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. Somebody else, some other channel. What breeds do you have? Thousands of hogs. 3 sorts of market pigs. Stornoway is famous for black pudding. They are trying to get protection for the brand. However, it is a small island with not a lot of pigs. All right. Didn't know that.
Say that again. You're saying it so I can't hear what you're saying, and
well,
I'm not reading. I wasn't though. I was looking somewhere else. Stornoway is famous for black pudding. They're trying to get protection for the brand. However, it's a small island with not a lot of pigs.
But
we're just a mind of.
Where is that, Al? Where is Stornoway? Is it in Scotland area or off the British Isles?
Didn't they do Stornoway where they would threw some people on?
Our Castaway.
Oh yeah. I thought you were Castaway in Stornoway.
No problem, King of Chuck. I like to educate where I can. Might be totally wrong, but sounded good, didn't it? Only pasties made in Cornwall can be called Cornish pasties, unless they're made in Gunsters at Dronfield, and they will still call theirs Cornish pasties, because I think there's been a court case about it. West Coast of Scotland thought it was. Right, okay. Have we got any ladies on? Have we got any There's Marie. Have we got any other ladies? And Hannah, you're still here.
Remember last week?
Hang on a minute. We've got 44 people watching at the moment. Just pop your name on for the ladies who we've got, because Jen wants to just do a little bit of lady thing. So, I know we've got a little bit of delay. So any ladies, just pop your name down in that
I'm quite conscious that other sailing video people don't do anything to do with ladies. They keep it general. But last time I looked, I was a lady. So I'm just going to show you what I've bought. So to me, I know I'm getting rid of all my clothes, like my nice fur coat and stuff, but you just can't beat shoes. So can you remember that I ordered them really nice shoes? What is good about shoes on holiday on a boat is that you tend to have flip-flops or wedges. So I found these fab. Look at them.
So we've got Hannah, Marie and Cindy watching at the moment.
What do you think to them? Next,
and
wedges. Emma. Like brand new. In fact, it's still got a price on the bottom. So I paid perhaps £4 for them, something like that, and they were 28. So I've got them for on holiday. So that was one thing that I found. So I've got to get rid of my high heels that will go down all the ridges on the...
No, what will you put dints on the deck?
No, I'm not going to wear them on the boat.
I know you're not.
But when I get off
pontoon
on the pontoon where there's the little gaps of holes, you can't put high heels down them because you'll fall. But a wedge, you can walk straight out, you can walk further in them, you can get to the pub, and most importantly, you can get back. I thought that was funny.
It's on the Isle of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. Thanks for that, Al. Thought it built that way somewhere.
Declan, they're not ankle breakers. I'll show you some of them.
They'll not break my ankle.
I'll show you some of them, but I thought they're dead stable to walk on, and they're not flat, so you still feel like a lady on a boat.
So what else have you been spending your money on?
Then the other thing was, I've been colouring my hair different colours. I am usually dark.
If you just look through the old videos.
Yeah, just look through the videos. I've gone through a variety of colours, but as I say, you're not a woman unless you've coloured your hair.
Oh, hang on, what's this? Woman. Gav does not appreciate a nice... Hang on. Hannah does not appreciate a nice shoe, but Gav does. They are gorgeous wedges.
Gav?
Oh no, Anna here. Gav does not appreciate...
Oh, I thought you meant Gav like the nice shoes. But I do, they are gorgeous.
I think we can get a stretcher in there, Grandpa.
I'm just going to go on quick. So then this other thing's to do with hair colour. My hairdressers here, I've had a problem of going grey, got on my temples and stuff like that. So I'm a lovely white colour at these points. But I don't like to look witchified and have dark hair, even though I've tried it. So I said to my hairdresser, shall I go back dark and bleach for in the sun? And she said, anything where you colour your hair dark, but try and lighten it in the sun, i.e. not blonde so you've got a bit of dark in, will go orange. So if you look back at a few videos, I've had dark hair colour put in, and then I've gone a little orange colour, so I've looked like Crystal Tips and Alistair or whoever.
That was an old-fashioned kids programme when we were really little.
Yeah, I've looked orange. So they suggested that I buy this stuff. So it's like your purple shampoo, your purple conditioner, but instead of it stripping your hair, it puts colour in, and it is purple, but it stops you being that brassy colour, and it goes nice blonde.
And Michael's just said he wished he'd got hair to colour.
Your hair, Grandpa, your hair does bleach in the sun, but this is why men don't know about it and women need to. Your hair will bleach, so if you put dark colour in your hair, that dark colour will bleach to go orange. And that's not a good look.
But it will match your shoes, Declan's saying.
But it will match my shoes, yeah. I don't mind red hair. I've had red, I've had all colours. But the orange isn't a good look when it's dark or when it bleaches. So I'm keeping with the blonder, going with my grey and mixing it in. And then this is another product. This is a white toner that I've been told to put on.
It's like watching QVC, this.
Yeah. Semi-permanent, nourishing hair. So when you've had your hair bleached, ladies, and then they put you on a toner, that's what that is. I can take it on the boat with me and look lovely.
What's that glass?
As long as I can plug my hairdryer in and have a
inverter
that suits a hairdryer.
Okay, back to sailing. Al,
sailing.
sorry if you already said, joined late, when is your move-out date and you go sailing?
Oh, I think I need another
we can
drink.
go sailing tomorrow, actually, because we've got a boat, a 21-footer, locally in a reservoir. But the move-out date, we are just waiting now. We've got the mortgage assessor coming out on Tuesday, 2 days. For the people who are buying, just to confirm that everything's okay for them.
We're hoping they're going to say it's worth what we've sold it for, because if they don't, I don't know what happens.
They should do, because even if they don't, the couple who are buying it are putting a massive deposit down anyway, cash. They've nothing to sell, so there's no problem. I'm looking on the positive side anyway.
Yeah.
So as soon as that goes through, the searches are being done by both solicitors, our party and their party. Once the mortgage assessor's done his report on Tuesday, that'll be with the solicitors probably...
A week on Tuesday?
Yeah, a week. Our solicitors said it will take about 3 weeks for the searches to be completed. Once that's done, they will then come to a date...
They can be able to let us know a date. Or we can sort a date out then, can't we?
For contracts to be signed by us and the buyers. So if all things go well, it could be within 6 weeks.
Yeah,
probably.
We're thinking end of September we should be, hopefully.
So as soon as the house is sold, that's it, we'll be off. We've just got to get the van or the camper van and then get down to Crete and get on the boat. We've
got to make the decision about our car in this next week, was it?
No, I had a letter yesterday. That's till October.
So we've got 4 weeks to sort what we're doing with the car. Giving it back?
No, we're not giving it back, because We Buy Any Car have offered us £2,000 more than what we've got to pay to keep it.
Got it on a PCP, personal, whatever it is. So we can either give it back, buy it, trade it in for another one, or we can buy it and sell it to WeBuyAnyCar.com and make a couple of grand. So I think we might be doing that if we can, can't we?
That's what we'll do. So Gav, he's no problem with hair discoloration. I'm bald, but you have got a beard. So, from the pictures I've seen you have. Martin,
Gav, the worst thing you can do as a man is colour your hair dark. Just let it go naturally.
Yeah,
grey.
let it go. Look,
let it go.
Right.
I love the grey.
The distinguished look.
I love the grey.
Houston, Texas is drowning and Harvey took out many great boats. Who's Harvey? Anyway, I don't know. Hi, James.
The Hurricane Harvey, you blooming
of course.
fool.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of news, do I? I don't. It's depressing watching news.
Houston is drowning. Yeah, there's something like, I heard it on the radio this morning, something like 30 inches in 20 minutes. Something really ridiculous.
Right.
A lot of water.
It's not good. I did see a little clip, but...
That's a regular Saturday afternoon here.
I don't like watching news where people are dying and getting all that stuff, because it just makes you feel...
We don't tend to watch news, do we?
Yeah.
But I do listen to radio.
Keep happy. And Cindy, lol, I'm naturally dark with highlights of grey.
Well, that's it, Cindy. That's what I am, naturally dark with grey. Don't want to know whether to go dark, grey. Well, now we are blonde. I've always wanted to be blonde.
Jenny,
anyway.
Orange is today's style. Just look at all the young ladies today. They colour their hair all the colours of their own. Saw somebody today and it was blue, like bright blue. You're not going blue.
I do like different things like that, though.
Marie, smart woman. Jenny, planning ahead.
See?
Piss poor planning leads to... wherever it is, I can't remember. 5 P's, isn't it? Prior planning leads to piss poor performance or something. So yeah, we like to plan. I just can't remember what that's about. Grey on grey. Yeah, I'd get grey on grey.
Grey, yeah.
You're in for a shot. We buy don't. Yeah, I know about them, Simon, because I've just sold my Harley with them as well. Even if we don't get what they've promised, and they've promised quite a lot more than what the PCP final payment is. If it were £1,000 less, and it's not going to be because it's only a 3-year-old car and it is mint. If they knocked £1,000 off, we're still in profit. Yeah. So
we know they offer you less when they come to pick it up. But
because I had that with the Harley, which I've just sold.
Yeah, but even with that, we're winning.
Yeah. 2 feet of rain in 24 hours they had in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be there. All those people have lost their house. That's one of the things I did see where it's gone down the one particular road and nearly trashed every house on that estate. JT Tanker Sports. Hey guys, you should look at my channel. What's it about, JT? We'll have a look later. Don't go by. We are buying a car as when you take it to be assist. They will not. Yeah, I know they'll knock it down, Lucky. But as I say, we either give the car back and we get nothing for it.
We think we can make some money on WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Or we can sell it privately, but we don't really want to go down that hassle of having to advertise it and stuff. Or we can just make a
500 quid, even if it's £500.
If it's 500 quid just for going down there, because they only live down.
Better in our pockets than theirs.
The company who actually owned We Buy Any Car are literally 5 minutes drive away from us, and I've got a friend who works there, so that might be okay. Yeah. Lots of destroyed boats this morning. Why is the fish count so low in the Med? Well, basically, James, it's a pond and it's been fished to death.
It's a shame.
I think one of the reasons is that you go to a lot of the countries what surround the Med, and like we're in the UK and in some countries like for this side of fishing, and like in the States and stuff, you've got limits on what size fish you can take out.
Yeah, they measure them, don't they?
In the Med, they just
have them.
If they're only that big, yeah, they'll just deep fry them. So they just don't. I don't know whether things have changed now, but it's just been overfished for that long, and
they're not free anymore either, are they? They're in fish farms.
Yeah, a lot of fish are now in fish farms in the Med. So you've got to be careful when you're sailing around there as well, especially if you're doing night sailing, because they move these fish farms about. We saw quite a lot when we were in the Ionian.
Fish is beautiful. Love fish.
Yeah, Grandpa James, they fished it out and destroyed the habitat.
Yeah.
I'm just a tad greyer than Carl and younger. Started turning grey in my 20s. I was born like this. No, I used to have really dark hair.
You didn't always
and then
like that,
and then I got married. That's crazy as big as it is. Yeah, it is, James, but say it's really just a great big pond. So hopefully with all the fish farms what they're putting in, a few will escape and start breeding again, I suppose. Hi, King of Chuck, don't worry, I can't block you here. Yes. Yes. Marie's a moderator on Grandpa's channel and she accidentally banned King of Chuck.
Why?
She got the wrong person. She went to ban somebody who made an funny comment.
Yeah.
And the thing scrolled down and she banged King of Chuck.
What's Chuck mean anyway? We've not got back to the bottom of that, have we?
Is it chicken?
Got to do.
Is he a farmer?
Chuck. Could be.
Are you a farmer,
That's
Chuck?
Cloak.
Chucky egg.
Chucky eggs.
Chucky eggs. Who knows?
King of Chuck.
Right.
Just paints a picture of who you are.
Trade it in on a camper van might be a good option if you can find. We can't do that, Keith, because, and this is the reason why, for the last few years we've had a brand new car every 3 years and we do it on the PCP. So what you do, you pay like a lease each month. At the end of the 3 years, you either trade the car in and you just get another brand new one and just carry on with your payments like a lease payment, or you can you're given a guaranteed future value figure. You can pay that and then you keep the car and that's the end of it. You don't pay any more instalments, or you just give the car back and that's the end of it. Our 3 years comes up on October the 6th. So
we planned to be that time.
Yeah, we planned it like that, thinking this would be the time we'd be going on the boat. So our options are, it's £5,200 we've got to pay if we want to keep it. Or we can give the car back and we just walk away and that's the end of it.
Which is what we thought we'd do.
Or the other option is, I've been in touch with We Buy Any Car and they've offered a guaranteed price. I know they're going to knock it down again, but just under £8,000. So we're nearly £3,000 up on what they're offering. If they knock a £1,500 off, we're still going to be in profit, which will pay for the car. If we trade it in for the camper van, then I've still got to pay £5,000, whatever, £200 for the car, which I don't want to do. So trading it in is not really an option.
We've not lost out on it, have we?
No,
it's just what option
we've had a brand new car for 3 years.
Yeah,
well,
and not had to pay full out money for it.
So,
we've been renting it, so it's great.
So what we got here? Try proper planning prevents piss poor performance. That's what we're thinking of. Yes. And Carl, have a friend with an 8-seater with removable seats. Does long trips. Think about getting him to drive all your kit and you down. He's driving us down when we go with all our kit. We've looked at that option, Ant. But as I said, what we want to be able to do is if we drive it down anyway, while we're in Crete, because we know we're going to be in Crete until March at least. We've got something to explore the island on. I know we've got a scooter down there as well, but we'll have the transport. But then when we do come back to the UK to visit family, we will bring it back because we can keep that in Greece for 6 months without any problems. But when we do bring it back, we will have somewhere to stay, as in a bed and what have you. So if we want to come back for 2 weeks, we're not going to have any problems having to rely on people, having to stay somewhere, and we've also got a vehicle to run about in. Because we do plan to keep coming back and seeing family and friends and things like that. So it's a bit of a twofold thing, really, why we're wanting to get something like that.
So keep looking for us. We are wanting one.
No, he's not looking. He's saying they're going to drive them down.
I know, but we're going to keep looking, aren't we?
Yeah. Your marriage will do that. Mine sure did. Teenage stepkids. I think you're talking about hair going grey.
Definitely.
Chuck roast. CT Chuck roast. Lol. Oh. I am a UPS driver whose name is Chuck.
See?
Now simple as that.
As simple as that.
And we were coming up with all these bloody...
Chuck Berry. It was my first thing, wasn't it? Chuck, the only Chuck I know is Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
So now I know. You see...
Okay, Steve Vids. See you later, mate. Thanks for coming.
See you, mate. It's not as in-depth as 9mm James or anything, but...
Good proper human.
No, that's good. See you.
Whole Shot 193,
right.
Nice to see you here, Whole Shots. Yes, I think we spoke on Grandpa's channel, so good to have you over here. And thanks, Grandpa, for sending you this way. He's a good old man, good old lad. Michael PC, yeah, we'll be on Grandpa's later as well.
So what have we got coming up that we've got to look
just
for?
a minute, let's just catch up with these and then we'll quickly go through. But we call them a balloon payment. Yeah, that's what we call it, Keith, a balloon payment, but the proper terminology is a PCP, I don't know.
They call it a balloon payment as well.
Private car plan, is it? Maybe?
Personal contract plan.
Carl does not like to be teased. I just don't like being called girly names.
He does like to be teased.
Then you can have a caravan in the UK. Flights are cheaper than fuel back. It's keeping it though. And then if we had a caravan trailer, we've got to have a car to tow it. So motorhome's the way we're going.
No, hang on. Have somebody take you there and back, then you can have a caravan trailer in the UK.
Yeah, but then we've either got to pay rent to keep it somewhere or have a car to tow it.
No, but you could get a...
Well, if you have a static, you've got to pay rent on it.
It's not about static, it's on about...
No, it's on a trailer. So then we've got to keep it somewhere and be able to tow it. We haven't got a vehicle to tow it.
We're still buying one.
So we've gone through it all, Ants. More times than you could imagine. USP drivers are awesome. Yeah, we've got quite a few come to our house. We've got a regular one.
Nice USP driver.
Yeah, they are really good. We love USP drivers, UPS drivers. They bring us cool stuff. They certainly do. Right, so we've covered about dropping the bike. That's 10 minutes fast. You did that.
No, I always have mine 10 minutes fast.
So, we're a little bit conscious of time tonight, guys, because,
we've got our Barbie.
As we said earlier, right at the very beginning, our son's just moved house yesterday and he's doing a bit of a celebration barbecue tonight before it gets too dark. So, we said we'd be around for it in half an hour. One thing I haven't mentioned, which is quite interesting, we're not going to say the name yet, but me and another person who runs quite a very popular sailing channel on YouTube are getting together and we're doing a bit of a collaboration video. It's very early days in planning at the moment, but the ideas what we're throwing between the two of us sound quite good, and we're hoping it's going to be quite a funny thing to watch, aren't we? From what we've said.
Yeah, no, they're a really good couple that we can have a bit of banter with, can't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
And they've been sailing a long time.
Yeah, I was just going to say they've been doing it some time. So we've got some ideas between the two couples of how we can put this collaboration video together, and we're working on that now. So at the moment they're at the other side of the world, so I'm not giving you too many clues. Yeah. But once it's up and running, we'll give you a few more little teasers. But it's something what we're quite excited about doing. It's going to be something very different.
It's a joint.
It's a collaboration. So keep looking for that one.
So that's in the pipeline. What else you got?
The other thing we did, just released the latest video this week. No, it's not Ruby Rose Declan.
Me dancing?
We've just done the latest video where it's had a massive amount of it so far, so hopefully all of you will have seen it.
Happy time selling the house?
Yeah. I didn't know we got a basement.
I didn't
till we saw that.
So I thought, what can I do
stupidly? We did a bit of a blooper thing. I've done it on the videos in the past, but we did a blooper thing. So would you like to see more bloopers when we do them?
Oh, you were going to ask as well what we wanted to question about T-shirts and what else. We're thinking of things...
We've already covered that.
You didn't ask what? Beginning. You didn't ask anybody?
I did, right at the very beginning.
You didn't?
I did.
Well, I must have fallen to sleep at that point then.
I think you went to fill your glass of wine up.
I've not moved from the table.
The wine for
what
the boat...
What have I said then?
For the shirts for the boat show?
Yeah. No. What else would they like to see? What else other than T-shirts?
You've totally lost me.
Right. We're going to eventually, hopefully, when we've got our dream boat, be able to do T-shirts and stuff. And we've seen that other people do caps, sarongs, whatever else.
Beer cozies.
What does everybody want?
If you want anything.
If you want anything. Trying to think of something different. I don't know.
Marie's just put Jenny going to the basement was great.
I've got that bloody fly again.
Bloobs are the best. Right, we'll keep putting those in there.
Yeah,
so I think you're talking more or less for...
I'm thinking of things in a shop. I'm trying to think, what do you want?
Having a bit of a Carl and Jenny shop type
when
thing.
We've got our logo
everybody seems to be doing it, so...
But we just want to think, what do people want? What would I want?
Would you want a shirt saying Carl and Jenny?
Not necessarily, no.
I don't mean you. I mean people who...
For me, a sarong is better. I don't know. That's why I asked. What's your opinion? What do people want? So send us some ideas so we can be...
Getting it all prepared.
And look to China at what they can make.
Because they say that to company for the T-shirts. Initially they gave us a price, and then when you come to check out, it just like trebled. It were ridiculous.
But there must be other things that people want other than just T-shirts. So we'd like to know your ideas if you can send us that. Was that it for today?
What time? We've been on about an hour now, so we can't be late for this barbecue. Jenny, check out what the other channels are offering. There are providers who do the Spectrum. No inventory to carry the ship direct for you. PM me. That'll be great, Grandpa, because...
thank you, Carl.
Did you... Yeah, I'll PM you and we'll sort that out. Hamburger. Because we're wanting to start getting a few little things together, even if we just wear them ourselves.
I think it's nice to be able to. I think it's nice to be able to give things away.
And that's what we want it for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not necessarily to sell them, just to...
But you've got to have things that people want, not just, well, oh, thank you very much. Throw. So...
I'm just making out to Grandpa's house.
Yeah. Beer holders, Marie. Yeah.
I'm just making a note to Grandpa's email address here.
Can't think what there would be.
Being a former fella Harley man, Drew rags would be awesome. Dew rags? Do you mean the neckerchief bandana, Keith? We don't call them dew rags here, but I assume that's what you mean.
Do you wear them in the heat though?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, sailors used to wear them, didn't they?
Round the neck.
Dew rags to wipe the sweat off you.
Yeah. No. Well, it's like that.
Spare ribs.
I would have never have thought. Spare ribs.
I think they're talking. We've got hamburgers, spare ribs. We're
Can't
talking
go
about
wrong with koozies. Are they them cool things?
yeah, like we've got in there.
Yeah, I like
we've
them.
been looking
We
at
like that
those.
idea.
We've
But they've got to have a bottom on, and they've got to have an hole in the bottom so that your drink doesn't fall through it.
yeah, we've been researching.
I like
koozies.
that. Yeah, I can't see the point in doing things that people don't want now.
But
that's a good idea.
But if you do it like Grandpa says, where you do a drop shipping, you don't
Yeah.
have to keep any inventory. You just design it and then it's ordered all online.
As they do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that might be an option. So yeah, right. Okay, guys. We're going to call it a night for tonight. Thanks. Do rags or scarf? That is also tied for a head rag. Yeah, I do wear those then, Grandpa. I've got a few. We've just never called it a do rag. I call it a bandana. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Yeah. Sorry, we're going to have to cut it a little bit short because it is a bank holiday weekend this weekend, and we've promised our son we're going to go up to his house now for a barbecue and a couple of Sundowners.
Yep. So next week we'll let you know how we've gone on with the mortgage guy if we find that out. Any more update on the house sale? Where we're moving on from there? What else have we got?
Any updates on what's happening this week? So we've got the mortgage guy coming Tuesday. Hopefully we're not going to be in a similar situation what happened to Grandpa.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Please check out everybody else's sites that you see on sailing. We're all here to help each other out. And that's it.
Yeah. And we'll probably see you on Grandpa's channel later on tonight. So thanks everybody for coming, and we will see you next Sunday.
Yep.
At 6.
Happy bank holiday.
For Sundowners.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.